So GearBest.com sent me this bad boy. I showed it to you guys in the last video and I said I had to get a memory card for it. I got the memory card finally. And I wanted to take it for a test drive underwater in Ariana's lake yesterday while swimming off of her boat, but unfortunately we ended up taking the boat out too late and it got dark and I didn't even go swimming. I did spend the day playing with it though and just learning the settings. I learned how to fix like the angles and the widescreen and get rid of the date stamps and all that. I didn't really get much footage worth showing you. I got some awesome clips of the lake. I mean, the lake was absolutely beautiful at sundown, but did not get to take it underwater, so hopefully we can do that in this video. This is sad. R.I.P. Way. Gotta get more. Use my discount code NWB15 to get 15% off of this pre-workout. Isotory.com. Link in the info box. When you see the red socks, you know it's deadlift day. I love deadlift day. It's so stress-free to me. Deadlifts are an exercise that I can do well whether I've not eaten well the day before, whether I've eaten great the day before, good day, bad day. It's like an exercise that really doesn't change too much. If I lose a ton of body weight, I can still pull about the same. Versus like a bench. Benches are so finicky. Like if you lose body weight, your bench goes down. If you don't eat well the day before, your bench goes down. What's interesting though is despite being such a simple idea of a movement, you bend down, pick up a weight and stand up with it. Deadlifts are probably one of the most intricate exercises form and technique wise. There are so many tiny, microscopic, minute details that go into a proper deadlift to optimize it and keep safe form and proper technique that it actually makes it a pretty intricate movement that a lot of people get wrong. I to this day am still learning different small little cues to better my deadlift, from how to brace your core properly from the beginning, how to activate and load your hamstrings and glutes, feet positioning, because if your feet are too wide, then your hands are going to be too wide, then suddenly you're in a snatch grip position, which is going to be a disadvantage, and that's going to make you bend down more, putting more pressure on your back. How to start with your hips either low or high, depending on your build and what you respond to best. Where to keep your head to keep a neutral spine. I mean, there's a million things that go into it, even down to your footwear. If you deadlift in sneakers, you're not going to be stable. If you deadlift in chucks, you're going to be elevated. Some people deadlift fine in chucks, don't get me wrong, but it's still a half-inch deficit technically. So there's so many little tiny minute details that go into the form of a deadlift to make it optimal, to make sure you're pulling the most amount of weight you can pull, and to make sure you're doing it safe. So it's definitely an intricate, interesting exercise. I do have a video titled 555 How to Deadlift. Check that out if you want to. Today we got to pull like 440 for triples and then like I think some reps with 405. Like it's an easy workout being like the first real week back into training. But I want to get those 6 plates up on the deadlift.
Fast. That's a fancy belt. Let me see the back of that.
Oh, what's that? Right on. It's a subscriber who goes to the same gym, so I let him use the belt for deadlifts. Never used an insert belt before.
Never.
All right, so we're at the beach. This weather's been weird all week, and it's nice out, but it's not like super hot, so I think the water's gonna be cold. But I gotta man up and do this. I gotta test this camera out once and for all. This has 2 modes on it, just regular, like GoPro mode, like it's normal mode, and then it has dive mode. I don't know what dive mode does. I tried it out on land and it made everything look darker, but maybe like underwater that'll enhance the image or something. Today, another fun squat workout, lower body, base building. I have to start off with tempo squats yet again. Last week I did them wrong. When I first started training with Josh, before Brett was coaching me, Josh had me do 3-second negatives and 3 seconds on the way back up to work on my Bambi knees. And we kind of fixed that problem. So now Brett wants me to do just 3-second negatives and then explode up. But I didn't know that, so
not a big deal, just a misunderstanding. So this week he wanted me to do that. Also work on a few different technique changes. See, I used to, obviously I squat with a forward lean because I just have a very short torso and long legs in proportion to my body. So it's just my build in order to keep the bar over the center of gravity. But I used to lean further forward than I even had to back in the day because I would break too much at the hips. I would just throw my butt all the way back. So to counter that, I started breaking at the knees more, even on a low bar squat. And obviously in a low bar squat, you're going to have to break at the hips no matter what. But I would start breaking at the knees just to train myself to not throw my butt so far back. And it really, really helped. It made a big difference. It did improve my squat form, and it's what allowed me to hit the PR in the meet that you saw me do, you know, just a couple of weeks ago. So it really did the trick. But now that I have the squat pattern down without throwing my butt way back, we need to kind of lay off on breaking at the knees and come back into still breaking at the hips. Basically find that happy medium. So with the tempo squats, the goal is to practice kind of slowly just sitting your butt back, breaking at the hips, hinging at the hips to start the entire movement off, and then opening the taint, as Ed Cohen says, and squatting down. Breaking at the hips is the theme. I'm applying that into my regular squats too, and it feels really, really good. Again, it's all about that happy medium, that perfect balance. Today, we had to work up to 410 pounds for 2 sets of 3. And it felt really, really good. I mean, it felt fantastic. I can't even describe, it just felt perfect. Can I watch? Let's go. 500, 500. Come on. Yep. I misgrooved on one of the reps, but you know, that happens. But besides that, like, everything just felt great. Mechanically speaking, everything felt like it was flowing. I didn't feel like I was straining my posterior chain. I didn't feel like I was using my back or my hams too much. Like, everything just felt great. So very happy with today's squat session, for sure. Team BG, come on, yep.